Steel City. Welcome to the YINZER Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. My name is Ralph Felice. Today's show is back. The standard is the standard. Mike Tomlin returns to be the Steelers head coach for 2024. I will go over his season-ending press conference. The Penguins play 2 hockey games in 7 days out west. Both losers. The Pittsburgh Pirates signed a World Series champion from last year, close to their bullpen. The Pittsburgh Panthers did something they have not done since 1979. Yes. NCAA college basketball. And I will talk about my meet and greet with Heinz Ward, Rocky Meyer, and Jack Ham. Next on the YINZER Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Let's go! Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Ralph Felice, your host for the YINZER Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. This is my 4th ever episode. It's been 4 shows already. Time flies. And the agenda today, I'm going to talk about Mike Tomlin coming back as the 2024 head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, there are fans who dislike Mike Tomlin, but after his exit presser, I want to say that this was easily the most upfront I've ever seen or heard Coach Tomlin. This exit press conference is one of the many reasons you could see why his players love him. He had that press conference after they lost to the Bills, and a question was asked about his contract, and he walked out of the press conference, which was basically over anyway. So he comes back on Thursday, and he walks into the press conference, and typical Mike Tomlin, he says, before he even gets to the podium, I feel good today. Any contract questions? I mean, it's Mike Tomlin. He's not going to get fired. I know, like I just mentioned, there's a lot of Steeler fans that will call it for him to be fired, or like the report came out, he was going to step down to spend time with his family. Let me tell you something about Mike Tomlin. Number one, the Rooneys are never going to fire a Steeler coach. You could go back as far as Chuck Noll, when Art Rooney Sr. was there, and all the Rooney boys came after Art Rooney Sr. 1, 2, 3, 4, however many there ever are. They have never fired a head coach. And I've seen 3 head coaches in all that time. It's been Chuck Noll. He didn't get fired. He stepped down. Bill Cowher. He didn't get fired. He stepped down. And now you have Mike Tomlin. If he chooses to step down, it's going to be on his own. And Mike Tomlin is just, he's Pittsburgh. He's a coach that you can't you can't just give up on. I mean, his regular season record is incredible. He's got the 17 straight seasons with winning record. 10 of those being double digits. And if he did ever leave, I don't know, there's some big footsteps for that next guy to walk into in that Pittsburgh locker room. Um, Before I get into his press conference, the day after they lost to Buffalo, that Tuesday, he was getting a lot of support from his players. A bunch of them were saying they don't want to play for anyone else. They think Tomlin is great. So by them saying that, they have Mike Tomlin's respect, and Mike Tomlin came into the press conference, and like I said, he started by "I feel better today." Any contract questions? That was a little jab to the Pittsburgh media there for that question that they asked after the loss. So basically, in his exit presser, he started off. He apologized for the post game walkout. Um, he did say he was proud as the season ended, but the playoffs were disappointing. I mean, you got to look at the season that just happened with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They were 10-8. They had a 10-7 regular season, and during the season, they fired Matt Canada, the offensive coordinator, and I think at the time they had won 7 games with like averaging 19 points a game. That's unheard of in the NFL today. Um, they were 7-7. Like on a prior show, I mentioned the sky was falling in Pittsburgh at that point, and he turned the team around. He said changes were going to be made. I guess he knew what he had to do. He turned the team around, and they won 3 in a row with Mason Rudolph. That was a big move, and he got into the playoffs with some help. And they battled versus Buffalo, but Buffalo was a strong animal at that point in that game. So he he's proven to be a great regular season coach, and his playoffs are not good. But just remember, he does have a Super Bowl championship. Um, yeah, people say that he took over Bill Cowher's team, but he didn't win that Super Bowl till 2 years later. If he took over for Bill Cowher, there was still a lot of Steel players that were under Bill Cowher, but yeah, Mike Tomlin had some of his own come in, and I just don't like when people say that a coach inherited another another coach's team. Sorry about that. So getting on with the presser, um, he did say he was in the process of doing exit meetings with all gears that 2024, and he did mention there was a lot of work to do. He was gathering info of all that 2023 info for 2024 to gather for the players to see how things would work out for everybody who's possibly coming back. He did say no major injuries that required surgery. There was some cleanup processes to be done. He did say TJ Watt would have played if they would have beat Buffalo and went on to play Baltimore. That didn't happen. He even said he was very disappointed not working after the playoff loss for the next 12 months. The hard work they did was appreciated. He said it's an honor to lead this group. Chase, we went chasing continually which we will do, what's necessary in 2024. That's Mike Tomlin's heart right there talking. Uh, he did make it clear that it's Kenny Pickett's job to lose. That was interesting. He said he's looking for a forward to competition at quarterback. So he's saying it's Kenny Pickett's job to lose, but he wants competition there. That's going to play out in the off season. I personally think they may even go out and try to get somebody else. Um, Kenny Pickett's got a lot of work to do to gain that number one quarterback spot. And Mason Rudolph is he's in a contract year, but they want to bring him back. We'll see what happens. So he did say he's looking forward to competition at quarterback. There is always competition in this thing. We don't anoint anyone. There's a Tomlinism for you. Then he started to go on and talk about a new offensive coordinator. So the quarterback coach and the running back coach, they will not be coming back to be the offensive coordinator, either one of them. Mike Tomlin said he wants someone to make the Steelers versatile and dynamic. Obviously, we got to score some more points. As I just mentioned, they had the 19 points that they average in the 7 wins that they have. That was amazing. Um, he said, I want to be able to keep defenses off balance. I want to utilize all the talent that we have at our disposal. I'm excited about this process and the talent pool that is out there. That's good. Maybe they'll be active in the off season, which is not a Pittsburgh Steelers thing, but the past couple of seasons have been. Tomlin said he would like to hire an offensive coordinator that had prior coordinating experience. Um, there's a rumor out there. There's rumors out there that they're going to talk to Zach Robinson, the quarterback coach for the Rams. And then something popped up today where Cliff Kingsbury is also going to maybe have an interview for that spot. So that looks pretty good there. We'll see what happens. Tomlin said there certainly needs to be in-house changes with the Steelers organization. Now, this was a big thing in the middle of the season because like I said, when the Steelers were 7-7 and the sky was falling in Pittsburgh, the Steelers on the outside were chiming in, saying that the way the team is not to steal away. And that was coming from Ben Roethlisberger. Ryan Clark was all over it on ESPN. So they saw something there that didn't look right. Now, the person who's really been pushing that on the Steelers was Najee Harris. He came out in his interview on Tuesday and said that exactly what Mike Tomlin said. There's gotta be some kind of change in that locker room. So who they're talking about remains to be seen. But like Najee said, I came from Alabama, and there was nothing. They're a winning football organization, and there was nothing like what happened this year in the Steel of Rockland. So that's going to be a challenge right there for Mike. He's got to get everybody on board. Tomlin, Tomlin is back. Uh, doesn't care about the didn't care about the contract suspension. He said he's not scared. So there you go, right there. He knew all along he was coming back, and he did. Never said he wanted to take a year off. So whatever reporter came out with that, I don't know where he got his info from. Me personally, I don't listen to that junk on the outside. You wait to hear it from the team or the person. or the general manager or the owner. These guys out there, I know they're doing a job. They have a job to do, and they're all saying things and everything. There was another guy this week in Pittsburgh media who said the Steelers' start to a championship would be good by trading TJ Watt. What? The guy just backed Tomlin the day before saying he would never want to play for another coach. And you're out there trying to get a rise out of the fans saying you want to trade him? Man, if I was that guy's boss, I'd be looking into his job. Oh my God. Come on, people, please. Oh. So anyway, yes, he said he would be back, like we already knew. We did mention he said he was going to an outside quarterback who, I'm sorry, he was going to sign a friendly offensive coordinator who be quarterback friendly. So there you go. He wants somebody to come in and be able to work with his quarterback and have everything on the same page. Um, he said some coaches will be gone. I guess that's what he meant by the two offensive guys, the running back coach and the quarterback coach. They did, however, say that the defensive coordinator will be coming back today. Um, he wants Mason Rudolph to come back because, again, he believes competition will be the best for both guys at that spot that they have now. I agree with that. You get competition is always the best thing for a player. Um, he did mention that Kenny Pickett is going to have a strong off season. He's going to have to do a lot of work, and he's coming back off that injury as well. And we'll see what happens with the quarterback situation. I still think there's more to it. I have a feeling they are going to try to look on the outside for a quarterback. So again, it came from Tomlin, but we still have a whole off season to go. Uh, his he mentioned that his punter did not show up for him in the latter part of the season. This guy, Harvin, his last name was terrible. He was kicking 25-yard punts. The playoff game there, the Buffalo kicker, he pulled his hamstring. He was kicking the ball 45 yards. This guy's kicking 30-yard punts. And even games before that, yeah, he was really bad. He was really bad. So I definitely know we'll be getting a new punter next year. And he had that line coming in. I feel better today. Any contract questions? But his best one was, I just like coming to work. My key still works. You gotta love Mike Tomlin. Oh, I love the guy. But yeah, so Tomlin is coming back. He's going to be the coach. It came out that later on that day that Art Rooney number two confirmed that the Steelers are want to extend Mike Tomlin's contract after the 1 year. So, like I said, take it for what it's worth. Tomlin is back. The standard is the standard. Steelers have had three coaches lead the Steelers since 1969. And all you Steeler fans know who they are. Chuck Noll, he's in the Hall of Fame. Bill Cowher, he's in the Hall of Fame. And Mike Tomlin, I'm definitely sure he's making the Hall of Fame. They are the Mount Rushmore of coaching in Pittsburgh. There should be three statues of these three guys somewhere in Pittsburgh. Noll coached the Steelers for 22 seasons. Cowher 15. Tomlin now on his 17th. Of course, Chuck Noll had 4 Super Bowls. Bill Cowher had 1 and a Super Bowl loss. Uh, Tomlin has one Super Bowl win and a Super Bowl loss. So he's right there with the other two guys. Coach Noel had 193 wins. Bill Cowher had 149 wins. And Tomlin right now is at 173. So they're all grouped together. They're just coaches that have longevity and know how to coach. I know we're in the era of what have you done for me lately, but Tomlin is the guy. You don't want somebody else coming in there and taking over this team. I mean, they're gonna have to have strong emotional connection to get in there and try to turn the team around. But like I'm saying turn the team around, and the guy is got 17 consecutive seasons of winning seasons. Hey, you got to win in the regular season to make the playoffs. So I look at it that way. But Mike Tomlin will come back. It was, like I said at the beginning, it was a press conference that you could really tell he was heartfelt about it, and he wants the best for the Steelers, and hopefully that can happen, and we'll see what happens. All right. See in the chat, we have some people tuning in. Duran, oh man, that guy's great. Thanks for tuning in. Jen B, as always, how are you? And I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, go over the Penguins and some Pirate news, and we'll continue the show in a couple of minutes.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy, Lentarius Locke.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That give you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
What's good, everyone? It's Drewski, the host of Heart of Texas Sports on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. On this station, we cover everything in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. From where we cover the Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas Stars, Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Wings, Texas Rangers, TCU, SMU, we cover it all right here every Wednesdays from 9 to 10 p.m. Central Time. Make sure you stay live with me on the Heart of Texas Sports on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Okay, welcome back. This is the YINZER Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'd like to get into some Penguin hockey. Before I do, something came out Thursday on January 18th that Comcast raised the cost of Sportsnet in Pittsburgh. KDA fans of the Pirates, Penguins, watching them at home was going to cost them a little bit more. Those fans who have Comcast Xfinity will see the rates go up because Sportsnet Pittsburgh has been moved to a higher package. The Sports Network used to be in the $70 range popular TV package, but now it's part of the $90 Ultimate TV package. The switch was part of the recent deal to keep Sportsnet in Pittsburgh as the local home of the Penguins and Pirates. So, see how that worked out for all us Pittsburgh fans. All right, so now, the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Penguins basically had 2 games this week since last time we spoke. And their first game was on January 20th. It was versus the Stanley Cup champion Las Vegas Golden Knights at the T-Mobile Arena, and the Penguins wound up losing 3-2. They started the game off on fire. They led 2-0 in the third, and they gave up 3 unanswered goals to Vegas. It was a deflating loss, especially that it was their first game in 5 days. But they played really well in their last 5 periods, including Monday's shutout versus the Kraken. The Penguins were leading 2-0 in the third. Sometimes, when you go to Vegas, you win your first hand of 2, but you wind up giving all your money back by the end of the night. In hockey terms, that's what happened in that game. Vegas had 3 unanswered goals. The Pens went 6-on-5 for the final minute, 53 seconds, and couldn't score. Like I said, they lost 3-2, and it was very deflating. Ryan Graves scored a goal, gave them the 1-0. Jake Gunsel scored from Crosby, gave them 2-0. They were winning 2-0 after 2. Gary's 5 straight periods of shutout hockey ended in that third period when he gave up 3. Great accomplishment for that game for Jake Gunsel scoring his 20th goal of the season. Hits the platform for the 7th consecutive season, tying Malkin for 4th longest such run in franchise history. He is also just the 7th player in history to record at least 7 20-goal seasons behind Crosby, Malkin, Yager, Kehoe, and John Provost. Well, those are some names there if you follow Penguins hockey. After the game, they fell 4 teams behind the last playoff spot by 3 points. Fast forward to January 22nd, which was last night. Very interesting game. The Penguins were at the Arizona Coyotes at the Gila River Arena in Glendale, Arizona. Jari was in net. The Coyotes came out on top 5-2. Goals scored by Crosby and Lars Eller. But if you haven't seen this, I advise you to go look it up and watch it. The turning point of this game came with 15:57 left. There was a delayed penalty on Arizona. Jari skating to the bench for the extra attacker. The Penguins drew the penalty on Arizona, down 3-2. While maintaining possession of the puck, the Penguins attempted to play the advantage with an extra man while attempting to build up the attacking plays. An errant pass from Chris Letang was fumbled by Evgeny Malkin, and it ended up in the Pittsburgh net. I can honestly say I've never seen that. I've heard of it, but never seen of it. I seen it last night. You could read the mouth of Letang, who was visibly upset, and he said, "Oh my God, the Penguins right there wasted a prime opportunity to tie the game, and instead put themselves down 4-2 during the delayed penalty." The Penguins hockey team was in disbelief. Made the Coyotes run away with the rest of the game, and they went on to lose 5-2. So that's 44 games played. The Penguins are 21-17-6 for 48 points. They are now 5 points out of the last playoff spot, and 4 teams are ahead of them. They were playing so strong, and now it seems like they're on a downfall. All right, they're coming home, so let's hopefully they got all that out of their system and they start playing some better hockey. We got to get into a playoff spot and do something to better the team. All right, on to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yesterday, they signed free agent reliever Aroldis Chapman to a 1-year, $10.5 million contract pending a physical. This is a great addition to the Pirates bullpen. Arguably made it the Pirates' greatest strength coming up for 2024. Chapman figures to slot in the bullpen in a setup role alongside Colin Holderman and Carmen Mujinski. You know Chapman will definitely be a lefty specialist go-to reliever in much-needed situations. The market was actually getting hot for Chapman, and the Pirates hooked him first. It was great to see for the Buccos, especially that this offseason has been pretty slow. Go Buccos. We'd just like to mention another baseball news item other than the Pirates. This message is being sent out to Ryan Sandberg, his family, the Chicago Cubs, the National Baseball Hall of Fame, the city of Chicago, and all its fans, especially myself. I was a big fan of Rhino growing up as a kid. I would like to send healing thoughts to Ryan Sandberg. You are in my thoughts and prayers during your difficult time in this fight of metastatic prostate cancer. Go Rhino. You got this. You have my love. That's pretty sad. That's a great baseball player right there. So, this is my first time doing this. I have a little Pittsburgh Panthers NCAA basketball for you. The Pitt Panthers had a game Saturday night versus number 7 Duke. And lo and behold, the Pitt basketball team goes in there and beats Duke 80-76. Again, this was at Duke Cameron Indoor Stadium. Pitt beats Duke at home for the first time since 1979. So they did something they haven't done in 45 years. Blake Henson led the Panthers to this first road victory over the number 7 Blue Devils since 1979. Henson was 7-7 on three-pointers, scoring 24 points. Pitt snapped a 4-game losing streak versus Duke. Henson was so pumped up, he ran past center court, jumped on the scorer's table, swaggering to the Duke fans who were yelling and flipping their middle fingers up at him. Pitt stunned Duke 80-76, handing second-year head coach John Shire his second home loss ever since taking over for Hall of Fame coach Mike Krzyzewski. Wow. Pitt lost to Duke on January 9th, 75-53 in a home meltdown, but visitors Pittsburgh on this day were leading or tied for all but 2 minutes and 19 seconds. After barely surrendering the lead midway through the second half, they retook the lead for good with 6:35 remaining to seal the win with some clutch foul shooting. Jalen Lowe added 17 points while Duke struggled to defend the interior and gave up 32 points. This incredible win gives Coach Jeff Capel, a Duke alum who played and served as an assistant coach under Coach K, his second win versus alma mater. Pitt is now 11-7 and 2-5 in the ACC Conference. Yesterday also, it was announced for the 5th time, a Pitt Panther has won the ACC Rookie of the Week award, freshman guard Jalen Lowe. He had 17 points, 6 assists, and 0 turnovers on Saturday versus Duke, helping them with the upset. Lowe had a career-high 20 points, 3 assists versus Syracuse last Tuesday, making Lowe and Carlton Bubba Carrington the first Pitt teammates to earn all-rookie honors in the same season. Nice accomplishment for the upstart men's basketball team, Pitt Panthers. Panthers are at Georgia Tech tonight at 7 p.m. in ACC action. Go Pitt. Keep it up. All right. So I'm going to take another quick break. I'm going to come back and I'm going to share with you my meet and greet that I had with Hines Ward, Rocky Blyer, and Jack Ham this past Saturday in White Plains, New York. I'll be back to talk about that. And once again, this is the YINZER Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey sports fans, do you like wine? Well, we've got the show for you. This is Let's Wine About Sports, a show where we talk about wine and sports simultaneously. From the classic Cabernet Sauvignon all the way down to the grapes that you've never even heard of before. Oh yeah, we cover it all. And we'll talk about a little bit of sports as well. Football, hockey, collegiate, women's sports, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to whine about it all. So join me Monday at 8 p.m. on IU Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome to the 305, aka the Magic City, and this is Magic City Scoreboard. I'm your host, JB, and right here we're going to talk anything Miami. Miami Dolphins, Miami Heat, Miami Hurricanes, Marlins, Panthers, Inter Miami, and even high school football. So join me once a week right here on Magic City Scoreboard on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed to all that is sports.
Hockey fans, I'm Adam Kernick.
And I'm Zach Puplis.
Together, we are the newest version of Hockey Talk on IE Sports Radio, The Neutral Zone.
Zone.
We love hockey, but we also know it's not everyone's first sport. So we want to make this show as much for new fans as for the diehards.
Whether you can name all the Swedes on the '08 Red Wings Stanley Cup team, or if you can't tell if Varlamov is a goalie or the latest trendy vodka, we're here to help. With facts, figures, and outrageous fans, we bring you all the hard-hitting hockey news you can handle, while still keeping it fun and on the rails. Well, mostly.
So tune in every week as we go around the hockey world, from college to Canada, the minors and the majors, and everywhere in between.
So bring your cellies,
And your one-timers,
you wicked wristas.
and be sure to protect your five-hole.
Catch the Neutral Zone every week on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
We promise not to pick on the Arizona Coyotes every episode.
Welcome back. This is the YINZER Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all of the sports. Show is flying by today. I just got a confirmation that I saw TJ Watt was named the 2024 Defensive Player of the Year. Beautiful. Let's trade him. My God. All right. So, as you know, I mentioned on last week's show, I had the opportunity to go to meet three of the Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers last Saturday. That was Hines Ward, Rocky Blyer, and Jack Ham. This was in White Plains, New York, at their community center there. It was a great turnout. Steeler Nation showed up. I was surprised at the love for Rocky Blyer. He's well loved. I think he had the most visitors to see him. Jack Ham was there. He's looking like Jack Ham. He looks like he can still get out there and give a play or two. But yeah, he was great. But I went there and I met Hines Ward. Hines Ward to me is one of my top three favorite Steelers players ever. So I've been meeting Hines Ward a lot at these things. This ain't my first rodeo with him. I actually hooked up with him at training camp one year and had like a 20-minute conversation just talking about life. And he's a great guy. So I have the video of being there with him, but I'll just give you a taste of what it was like when I first saw him with the voice sound. out for me, man. No, I want you to read it. I got other stuff here to sign. That was your shirt, remember that? That was your clothes. Alright, so this is your first game tickets? No. So can you put first NFL game as the inscription? Beautiful.
Silver on this thing?
What do you think you should wait better?
I did blue in the back. Somebody else did blue. No, back.
Oh, alright, yeah, do blue then. Alright.
It was like NFL debut.
That's perfect. NFL debut. First NFL game. What do you think is better? I see
the
that.
stores. I'm
My son was going to go. He couldn't be here. Remember my son the first time? Crawled under the table the last time I met you? You got any coach and shit?
Well, we'll see.
How many coach?
I don't know. What was it?
9, 8, 98. I had 2. 9, 6, 98.
Yeah, that was 96.
9, 6, 98.
Oh, with the wrong date on it.
I was making that.
What is it? NFL debut.
I did it in the bag. I think it was 96.
Alright, well, he looked that up. This is for my friend. So that you can, the best you can. It's going to be hard if you can do that silver on the bottom. Oh, yes. Dead moment. September 6, 1998. 96, 98? Yeah. What else? Oh, Jesus.
96, 98.
I'm going to give you a fact about Gordon Stewart. The last guy to score a touchdown at Three Rivers, and the first guy to score a touchdown at high school. Really? Sir.
That's a good tribute. Appreciate you coming out, man.
Thank you.
Enjoy it. Let that drive. Appreciate you coming out. Thank you.
Hope to see you on the trophy. Man, every time I listen to that, it gives me chills. He's just a great guy, and I'm very emotional about my sports players that I follow, and I just like to say, if you feel that way, you have a favorite player that you've been following and you really like. If you ever have the chance to get out there and go meet him, go and do it. It's a part of life that you have to experience to understand it. I know they charge outrageous prices for autographs to meet them, but to go somewhere like that and talk to one of your favorite players, or if you want to call him an idol or whatever you want to call him, for 3 minutes of your time and your day, it just gives you a feeling of like you had accomplished a major thing in life. I mean, that's how I feel. Like I mentioned, very into stealing memorabilia. I have a lot, and it's a part of my life. It's just rooting for your favorite sports team and part of life to me. The guy was just great. The part I mentioned about him, my son was going to come, and he couldn't make it. And I said to him, "Do you remember when he crawled under the table to come see you?" One of the first times I ever met Hines, he's sitting there waiting for me to bring my stuff up to be signed. And my son at the time was 6 years old. He crawled under the table and go sit on Heinz Ford's lap. I mean, the guys came rushing over to grab my son, but he's a kid. He's like bored. He was excited. He's seeing a real live football player, and he's right there. It's just, I don't know. I've been doing it since I was a kid, and I'm 55 years old now, and I'll keep doing it till I die. I love it. But yeah, it was a great turnout. Steeler Nation was there. We uh, we were going to start a "Here We Go Steelers" chant, but the director, who was on the microphone there, told us not to because he had to talk on the microphone and get people to go to each person's line. But yes, great day. I had, as you heard during the conversation, He signed his first ever game ticket. Was versus Baltimore. It was actually their inaugural game when they came back, and he signed it. And he put NFL debut with the date. Came out beautiful. I did post a picture on the band app there of a picture with him because when I walked away, I totally was so excited I forgot to ask him to take a picture. So the gentleman standing on the side there when I went back was nice enough to snap the picture of me and him. So that was the day there. It was a great time, and can't wait to meet the next group that show up somewhere. All right, so this show went pretty fast today. Just want to talk about what's going to happen next here on IE Sports Radio. You have shows coming up after mine, and they coming up next is Gen B talking about Cleveland, and there are 5 other shows after hers coming up. Gen B is next, and hopefully everybody has a good night. I will talk to you guys next week. And once again, this is the YINZER Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Once again, thanks for listening to the YINZER Report on IE Sports Radio Direct Feed for all other sports. Like I said, coming up, 4 shows. We got the show to land, 10 at 7. We got the Buffalo Huddle, Abby. Oh, maybe she has a poem about wine right. At 8 p.m. That Philly first on Prince Bobby. They always got good stuff to talk about. And at 9, the neutral zone without him in back. That's New York Islanders coach. That came out of nowhere. I'm sure we'll talk about that. And at 10 p.m., you got St. City Sports with Haley. The Raiders. The Vegas Knights. Stanley Cup champions. That's 6 more shows coming up. The rest of your night. Tune in to IE Sports Radio, the direct feed for all other sports. Good night, everybody. Love you guys.